Can faith and reasoning be used together to accurately find truth? No, but sometimes people try it anyway. After my last video about this, I received some comments from people who said their faith is based on reason, and this wasn't what I was talking about. The term faith has multiple meanings, and these people are using it to refer to their religious beliefs, whereas I was using it to describe a method of allegedly knowing things based on insufficient evidence or in spite of contradictory evidence. Now, if someone's religious beliefs are actually based on reason, I suspect there's a flaw in their reasoning. Regardless, if reason is used to justify religious beliefs, then faith is unnecessary. If you already have reason, then why do you need faith? Well, maybe you would resort to faith because reason isn't giving you the answers you're looking for. I've encountered this before. A long time ago, I had to attend catechism class for 2 years before I could be confirmed. And I wasn't, but this catechism class was hilarious. At one point, the subject of dinosaurs came up, because the church's doctrine that the Earth is thousands of years old was contradicted by dinosaur fossils which are millions of years old. And the pastor explained that carbon dating is inaccurate, so they weren't actually millions of years old. Unsurprisingly, he was wrong about this. Carbon dating is accurate to a point, but aside from that, carbon dating isn't used to date dinosaur fossils because it doesn't work beyond 60,000 years. Other radioactive isotopes are used instead. Now, at least he was making an attempt at reasoning, but then he said dinosaur fossils were put in the ground to test our faith. So we just need to have faith that dinosaurs aren't real. And that's when I realized something is not right here. If you're already using reason to try and justify your beliefs, then how can you go back to relying on faith when your reasoning fails? If you're going to use faith, then why bother with reasoning in the first place? If you think faith is good enough, then why do you need reason? And if you think reason is necessary, then faith obviously isn't good enough. And I've seen people doing this in reverse, too. Instead of starting with reason and continuing with faith, they start with faith and then they apply reasoning. For example, I have faith that God exists, so God exists, and therefore whatever. And that doesn't work either. Even if their reasoning is valid, their conclusions will still be incorrect if their premises are incorrect. Let's say I have faith that rats can speak Polish. Charlie is a rat, therefore Charlie can speak Polish. That is a valid chain of reasoning, but the conclusion is wrong because the premise is wrong. Charlie can't speak Polish because rats can't speak Polish. Founding an argument on faith and then applying reasoning to it is like building your house on sand. It's not a solid foundation. Reason has no room for faith because faith requires ignoring reason. They are not compatible.